Who got it? Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. We got a great Friday the 13th show lined up for you. First, let me introduce our panelists this morning. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
Look at you. You're a panelist. Look how professional you sound.
I sound like a
Yes.
panelist. Thank you.
And our panelist, Austin. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning. That sounds about right.
Yes, I'm going to be doing a lot of pee puns today because the big spitter swallow that we're going to be doing later on in the broadcast is Austin drinking his own fluids. And yeah, you're thinking right off the bat, Beef, why are you being such a dick? Why are you making him do this? And that's not the case. What the case is, we got ourselves a life straw. This is a life straw, right? That I'm showing on the stream. This thing filters out. It's a personal water filter straw. It's meant to filter out all different types of E. coli, bacteria, even removes flavor, right? And this is something that you should take with you camping in case you're ever in an emergency where you're like, oh, I don't have a water source and all I have is this dirty like puddle of mud. You know, no disrespect to Wes Scantlin, but you drink this, boom, it takes out all the germs and also 99.99% of microplastics, which we've been learning on a regular basis that microplastics are bad for us. In fact, I think all of us are 20% sea garbage at this point. You know, our bodies have been accumulating tons of microplastics. So after I bought this yesterday at a local sporting goods store, I was like, oh man, this would be good just to have on a regular basis, you know, drinking out of my bottles of water, which is a big ass straw. Well, anyways, Austin's going to do the unthinkable. He is going to urinate into a bottle and then drink that out of this life straw. And we'll see if Austin can drink it all or will he spit it out? It'll be spit or swallow, and it's happening later on. So have you been drinking fluids, Austin?
Austin, thoughts?
No, none for this one. None for this one.
No, there you go.
Not a loss of words.
What did your parents say?
My mother was horrified, but my father was like, you do you, son.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, that's my boy. My boy is not afraid of no challenge.
Raised him right.
Yes. Now, as far as why Austin's doing this, it's no punishment, nothing at all. I just brought up the idea, and Austin, being the trooper and someone who is like YOLO, he's like, yeah, I'll do that. Not a problem at all. So, you know, and I honestly don't think this is going to be a negative experience for you. Just like Spit or Swallow the first time when Chef Gary whipped together all these gourmet items, including Rocky Mountain oysters. It turns out they were actually pretty tasty. It wasn't until after the fact that we told you that they were cow balls that you hesitated a little bit, but it did taste good going down, right?
Sure.
Yeah. The only difference is this time you know exactly what you're drinking. So I think the challenge is getting over the mental part of it. Be like, okay, ew, this is my pee, right?
I've already been sleeping on it. I've just, been going through it in my head.
Yeah. What's your game plan?
I don't have one. I'm just going to pee in a cup and just drink it out of that straw.
There you go. Yeah. That's an excellent game plan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I say chug it, drink hard like it's a tequila. It's going to be fantastic. And then the prize is that you will be able to keep this life straw, and it's good for up to a year.
You would think that Beef works for Life Straw at this point, how much he's putting over the Life Straw.
I'm very stoked about it. Look, this is not the first time that I've came across this technology. I've had survivalists on my morning show years ago talking about these filters and how they actually donate like thousands upon thousands of them in impoverished areas in Africa, where obviously there's a lot of drought and the only water source is like contaminated, disgusting rivers. And they're able to take this, technology, this like sponge or filter, and it takes out all those elements and it gives them clean drinking water. And it's like, it's brilliant. It really is a lifesaver. And, Austin's going to give that example today. So that's good. We also have tickets on the line today for Smashing Pumpkins. That's going to happen at 7:00. I'm going to tell you what song you're listening for and when I'm going to play it. And if you don't win today, and you can't join us this Sunday, which you should be able to join us this Sunday because it's going to be a great show. And it's right in our own backyard at Ave Amphitheater. There was a show that we announced earlier this week unofficially, and that's Smashing Pumpkins with Jane's Addiction and Meg Myers up in Phoenix in November. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything, but why not? All next week, I'll be giving away tickets for Smashing Pumpkins as well, but that'll be for the November show. So it's like nonstop for the next foreseeable future. It's like Smashing Pumpkins Day every day.
Yeah, we just work for the Smashing Pumpkins.
All right. There's a lot of things I got to get to, Morning Moron, but I do want to start off the show with remembering my good friend Andy Chavez. Andy Chavez was lead singer of a band called Katastro. Katastro's out of Tempe, Arizona. I've known these kids for a long time. In fact, when I started doing radio, they were starting up as a band. We did a lot of gigs together at the very first time, and I just found out on the way in to work this morning that Andy passed away at a very young age, and it was unexpected, like most deaths are. The thing with Andy was a tremendous talent, very charismatic, very kind, and they were making big moves. They were touring with Dirty Heads. They were signed to Pepper's record label. They were in that rock reggae kind of realm, but they were crossing over to pop, and they just did a show at Red Rocks in Colorado in front of a sold-out crowd. It was, there was a lot of potential and a lot of good things to come for Katastro and Andy. And it was very unfortunate. And I'm going to miss my friend. And I'm going to break the rules a little bit and play a little bit of Katastro right now to start off my show because he's worth getting in trouble over. So rest in paradise, Andy Chavez.